come in peace. I have a tinfoil hat on and an I want to believe piece of paper that is weirdly crunchy. So I guess you could say I'm doing all right. I have a tinfoil hat because I don't want the aliens to get into my brains / the government. Actually, straight up though, my forehead be sweating for that short while, and it's so perfectly formed. I feel like I'm cooking myself. I am here to talk about the best books featuring aliens / books that I want to read that feature aliens. It occurred to me that I have a shitload of sci-fi books because I really do like sci-fi books, but a lot of them are unread, so that is a crime in my household, let me tell you that. So I'm glad you're here. This is gonna be a ride. So first off, cream of the crop, we have the X-Files YA novelizations. Haven't read them. I bought them for full price because I saw them and I was like, pooped my pants, and I was like, I need Scully and Mulder in my fucking life. X-Files Origins Agent of Chaos by Kami Garcia, and this is all about Mulder as a teenager and like right around when his sister goes missing. And then we have X-Files Origins Devil's Advocate by Jonathan Mayberry, and this is Agent Scully as a teenager and like what led her to the FBI Academy. Honestly, these have been really high on my TBR for ages. I have a really big TBR, if we're being honest here. But so those are my first alien books. But they're not really alien books. I mean, Mulder's will be a bit of an alien book. Maybe, sort of. But I digress. These next ones aren't really alien per se, but they're in space, so fuck it. Illuminae and Gemina. Haven't read these either. I listened to the Illuminae audiobook, or half of the Illuminae audiobook, like a couple years ago when I used to commute really, really far, and now I don't commute as far. Anyway, it's a terrible audiobook. Don't listen to it. Mostly because as a physical book, it's awesome. It's really cool. It's got all this shit. But as an audiobook, literally everything is said. So there's pages of like deceased people, and it's like 4 pages or something, and they straight up read every single name, and it's so boring, and it was so long-winded. There was so many boring bits, and then it was a library ebook, and then it expired or whatever, and I never got it again. But so Obsidio just came out, which is the 3rd book in the series, and so I need to actually read these 2 so I can continue. But yes. Next up, did someone say Aliens? The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and The Infinite Sea and the Last Star. So I read The Fifth Wave and I really liked it, but then everyone said that the 2nd book was bullshit, and then I didn't read it. But then on Book Outlet, they had the other 2, they had these 2, and so I bought them. But apparently The Last Star is awesome, so it's kind of like a good sandwich with a shit middle. In which case the 2nd book sucks, apparently. But so I am very tempted to actually finish this series because I did really like The Fifth Wave. Whether or not I'll like The Infinite Sea, I don't know, but I would have to go back and reread The Fifth Wave because I don't remember anything. And I haven't seen the movie either. But yeah, just because The Last Star apparently is really good, I was like, maybe I'll give it a chance. But this is where aliens come to Earth and they're like, boy, we be stealing your people and taking them over. And stuff. Our overlords, great, super duper. Wow, did someone say Star Wars? Because, oh, I have a lot of Star Wars books. Okay, I'm just gonna, okay. Uh-oh. I love Star Wars. If you didn't, I guess you can't actually see my shirt. Can you see it? It's a Funko Star Wars shirt. Anyway, Star Wars books are great. They're hit or miss, but I'm finding that a lot of the new canon books are super awesome, with the exception of the Canto Bight book. Apparently is trash, but it could be good. I don't know. Oh, my forehead is sweaty from my tinfoil hat. But aliens are involved, so I thought I would just give it a brief shout out. The Leia, Princess of Alderaan book was phenomenal. If you don't like Star Wars, or you think you don't like Star Wars, but you like YA sci-fi books, you would really like this Leia book. It's Leia when she's a teenager living in Alderaan and like trying to train to become a part of like the Senate, and it is so good. So I guess I'll just like say through all the ones that I have. So I here have William Shakespeare's The Force Doth Awaken by Ian Dowisher. This is just like The Force Awakens, but as a Shakespeare play. I am 48 pages into it, and it's hilarious and beautiful. We have The Force Awakens by Alan Dean Foster. That's just like a novelization. We have Star Wars The Last Jedi by Jason Fry, which is the novelization of The Last Jedi. Both canon looks into the movies. If you want to know more about like what the characters are thinking, would recommend. Well, actually, I haven't read The Last Jedi yet. I'm like just starting it. Then I have the Star Wars trilogy. I don't even know who it's by, but this is the Barnes & Noble bind-up, so yep, gotta read that. Then we got Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. I've started it. It's about like random people that have nothing really to do with Star Wars. They're just like not main characters, but they're interesting, and I like it so far. Then we have The Princess, the Scoundrel, and the Farm Boy by Alexandra Bracken. I really like this. I listened to it as an audiobook. It's Star Wars A New Hope, but like we see through Luke, Leia, and Han's perspective, and it's like a YA sort of retelling, but I really liked how they did Leia in particular. Rogue One novelization by Alexander Freed. I haven't actually read this one yet, but I've heard it's good. And then we have Star Wars Bloodline by Claudia Gray, which is a canon story of right before The Force Awakens. So good. Okay, there's the Star Wars plug. Sorry, haha, had to do it. Next here, I have a book that I haven't read yet, and that's Starflight by Melissa Landers. This is a sci-fi book. So this is about a girl who's like a grease between her fingernails with felony tattoos on her knuckles, who lives in the outer realm, and she's just like a ragtag woman, and then there's some galactic conspiracy that she has to help foil or something. I'm not quite sure, but I bought it off Book Outlet, and so I should read it soon. Then here we have Alienated by Melissa Landers. So this is a YA book that I've read, and I thought it was like cute in like a dumb YA way. It's objectively trashy, but okay. So the main character is like this really smart girl, and she gets selected to go on an alien exchange program. So in this book, the first book, essentially like aliens have kind of come to Earth, and they're like negotiating a peace treaty. So for whatever reason, they're like, hey, let's trade people. So you give us some children and we'll give you some of our children. And so they have to host the alien, but surprise, the alien is a sexy hot boy. I'm not selling it very well. It's entertaining and fun. I thought it was like decent, but not great, but decent. I'll definitely continue on with the series because I thought it was funny and like entertaining in like a suspend your disbelief sort of way, because it's like they didn't constantly like surveillance this alien while they were on Earth, and they really didn't have any protection, and people hate the aliens. So anyway, shenanigans ensues. So yeah. Next year we have the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I read this a few summers ago, and it's entertaining. The book is so obnoxious looking, but it's dusty. It's been a while. Yeah. It's a YA sci-fi where aliens come to Earth secretly, and they go to this little town, and this girl like it's like Twilight but with aliens instead of vampires. So like, I love how cheesy it is. It's just the Twilight that I didn't know I wanted. Sorry, I'm just like batting at dust. But there's an alien next door, and this girl gets embroiled in conflict because there's aliens next door, and she falls in love with one of them, and it's like, oh no, but you can't, but I do, but I don't, but I shouldn't. Oh no, we're in shit. It's super fun. I like gobbled this series up so fast. I should actually reread it soon because it's been like 4 years. Wow. Anyway, I thought this was fun and alien filled. Okay, the last book I have to mention, I don't physically have. It's coming in a Book Outlet order. I read it as an ebook, and that is Amid Stars and Darkness, and it's in the Zenith trilogy, but it's not Zenith by Sasha Alsberg. Space books, am I right? That is by Chani Lynn Feener. So this book, it's also ridiculous. It's a ridiculous YA, but it's entertaining. Essentially, aliens and humans have sort of been intermingling for like the past few years, and one day this main girl, she goes out to a nightclub, and then like a fugitive alien princess touches her, and she like does this like alien technology thing where she makes the main character look like herself, this fugitive alien princess. So then we have a situation where the main character is mistaken for this alien fugitive princess and like taken up to their spacecraft and essentially has to pretend to be this girl. Otherwise, there will be galactic turmoil. Oh no! Essentially, it's just the main character trying to assimilate into this alien world while also falling in love with the wrong person because she's pretending to be the princess who's gonna become the queen, and she's like a political pawn and everybody wants to kill her even though it is not her. And it's like, will she get her face back? Gotta read to find out. Anyway, it was fun and I'm definitely gonna be continuing on with the series. I'm a sucker for terrible YA sci-fi though. Like, that's just like a personal problem of mine, but I digress. But yeah, those are some sci-fi alien books that I have read or want to read. I just noticed that I had a plethora of them. I'm currently also starting to write a YA sci-fi novel. I'm gonna be doing it in the NaNoWriMo Camp NaNoWriMo that's happening this April. I have a video all about that. If you are interested, I will leave that down below. If it's not down there, it means it's not uploaded yet, in which case, sorry. In the comments below, let me know your favorite sci-fi books because I'm always ready for some recommendations when they have to do with aliens / science fiction. I'm tentative with adult sci-fi because I feel it is very like science-based, and you know, I do like a good fluff. I like a good balance, let's be real. I like world building, but not too much because then I just gloss over it, then I'm confused. But yeah, leave me your recommendations down below because I love sci-fi books. But yeah, don't let the old aliens / government get into your old brainsicles. My name is Sarah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you guys soon with another video.